My name is Amber Harter. This is a 6th grade math lesson using Eureka Math. The objectives for the lesson was students will compare and analyze unit rate given in various forms, a chart, a graph, or an equation. Before this lesson, we did lesson 16. We skipped 2 lessons which repeated skills the students already had, and we went straight into lesson 19 where they were applying the unit rate skills.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing our work with unit rates. Yesterday, we started finding unit rates very specifically in charts that we were given. Today, we are looking at solving problems. We're going to find the unit rate, and then we're going to compare them. You're going to have tables, you're going to have graphs, you're going to have equations. Okay? We've been working extensively with tables already, graphs and equations. You've done it before, you've just maybe not seen it exactly like this. Okay? So before we get started on that, let's go ahead and we're going to check exit tickets from yesterday. That is what we were given. So what was done to find the unit rate? What did we divide?
17.
We divided by 40. What did we divide by 40? 1,740. We did it to both. So we ended up with something over 1, which is why we call it unit rate. So what did we end up with in the denominator? I'm sorry, in the numerator? 42.5. Now, the bottom here asked for the rate unit. I've often said to you, 42.5 what? That's what they mean by rate unit. What are we measuring? Meters, 2 minutes. Meters per minute. You want to make sure that you do not have naked numbers. Okay? We want to make sure we're talking about 42.5 meters per minute. So I know that I'm not talking about, I don't know, cats per mile or sandwiches per plate. Okay? So that the units are going to become more important to make sure that you include as we work through this. Okay. So today we are in lesson 19. We are skipping 17 and 18 because we've already done enough work with unit rate to be able to go into this where we're finding it across different things. So once you get to the lesson, go ahead and read an equation. And in the other, well, they also give us an equation, but it's fractional. So in the first one, when we were doing our, see, and you guys are a step ahead on this one, because we've already been talking about comparing. When we write our equation, okay, right here, we have red equals 2 times blue. What can we substitute in instead of R and B? Y and X. Y and X, right? Because that's our axes on our graph. Y, sorry, backwards. Y and X. And we compare Y over X when we're finding our unit rate. Yesterday, one of the groups was fussing about the larger number being first because we've not written it that way before, and that's fine. Just remember, we are comparing the dependent variable over the independent variable because that is how we find that unit rate. That unit rate in our equation is the slope of the line. Remember, we discussed that. The slope is sort of how steep it is. Okay? So, we could swap this out. Instead of R, what should I have? Y. And instead of B, what should I have? X. So can I find any value of Y given a value of X? I can find any amount of red paint based on how much blue paint I have. What if I knew how much red paint I have? Could I find how much blue paint I needed?
Yes.
Sure, I'd just go the other way, right? Like solving equations. Okay? So, red paint, blue paint. So if we have 1 cup of blue paint, how many cups of red paint do we have? Clearly. If I have 12 cups of blue paint, how much red paint do I have?
24.
24. If I was really, really ambitious and painting a whole bunch of stuff, and I had 347 cups of blue paint, how much red paint would I have? Don't strain your brain, use the tools you're presented with. Okay, I'm giving several different numbers. All right, we've got some debate about what it is. 347, what am I doing to 347? Times 2. Whoops. 690. Okay? Well there you go. That's okay. Remember, knowing what your mistake is just as good. Unit rate. Okay? We're going to play a matching game. I have graphs, I have equations, and I have charts. Tables. Everyone will get one thing. Then you have to find the 2 people that you match with. So we're doing a solve and present. So every group will have one question. The problem set question 1 and question 2, they're related. So it's sort of like it works through the exercises where there's a part A and part B. Okay? So each group is responsible for their question, and then you will report to the whole class on your question. There is a part A and part B to the 3 exercise questions. And in the problem set, question 1 and question 2, they're almost like a part A and part B. They're exactly related to one another. Okay? So, solve it in your own book. You must come to a consensus about the answer and be prepared to present.
Here, erase the line quickly.
Miles per hour, so Y and X. As long as you keep them listed. Okay, remember to make sure you carry Y to X. So, 16 down to 1.
This Brian. That was on the Alright, she needs to go by. We gotta make sure we play. She needs to go by 20. That looks like hell.
That's 13 minutes later.
That would be perfect. You glued your eyes sideways. Oh, Shannon.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so they gave us a graph for Claire, and we wrote our ordered pairs.
Okay.
And then for Kate, they gave us an equation, C equals 4 times T. And we wrote that T is time in seconds, and C is number of stacked cups. Part A, they asked us what rate does each girl stack her cups during practice session?
Okay.
We said Claire stacked her cups 5 cups per 1 second. Kate stacks cups 4 cups per 1 second. For part B, it asks, Kate notices that she's not stacking her cups fast enough, so she wants to be faster than Claire. She has to do, we did 6 times T equals C, but it could be just Kate has to be faster than 5.
The objectives for Lesson 19 were all met, evidenced by the students' scores on the exit ticket. They all got all of the questions correct. Additionally, on their test scores for the week, all of the students but one scored an A, and the one student who did not score an A scored a B. I think the lesson flowed very well. For this particular lesson, I would not edit in any fashion. After the video was completed, this group is the honors group, so we went on to fractional unit rates in 7th grade.